Yeah, so based on film or any other things that you all have done as far as prep work goes, what have you noticed from Iowa? I mean, obviously, I think for a lot of people, the ranking stands out. The teams they've beaten stand out. But what have you noticed about them that's really kind of caught your eye?
They're just a really good team, like a well-oiled machine. They got a lot of returners. I think their starting five is all returning the same starting five from last year. So they just play really well together. They know how to play. They're seasoned. They don't make that many mistakes, and they're pretty sharp in everything they do. So,
this be your guys' first true road game this year, guys. Like you have been through this before, playing in front of bigger crowds on the road. How have you guys kind of talked to the freshmen or some of the newcomers about this, and what sort of environment they might be walking into? Even for you guys who have never been to Iowa, like what have you kind of told them about what to expect from this kind of experience?
Well, the one thing I like about our freshmen and all of our new players, they actually want to know how it is. They ask the important questions of what it's going to be like and what to expect. Basically, we're just telling them, to just, you're a basketball player, you're a good basketball player, and, you excel at this level. So just calm down, trust yourself, trust your instincts, and, it's kind of almost telling them, like, you live for this. This is the moments that you thought about getting into before you, decided to play here. This is the stuff you wanted to do. Playing the ACC alone, you play at venues like that almost every game. So, playing on a Big Ten team that's really good, ranked in the top 20 on the road. This is the kind of game that should get you hyped as a basketball player and as a competitor. So,
Iowa's a team also that's been pretty high scoring so far this season. Does that, maybe play into your hands a little bit because you guys like to be up tempo as well? Does it also make a challenge for you defensively?
I think any team that averages as much points as they do a game is going to be a challenge defensively for any team that they play. So, it's definitely something we're going to have to be, extra on point about our defensive principles and making sure we do what we have to do on that end. But, we play fast pace too. So playing that style, it wouldn't be, a disadvantage for us. So.
Jared, you always seem to know someone on every team you play. But Iowa, are there any connections there with those guys?
Nah, not at all. I've seen Tyler Cook though play at my school, my old school, I should say, Northwest Florida State in the Emerald Coast Classic. So I got to see them play. They actually had the same team for almost seems 3-4 years now. So I actually got to see the team play live in front of me. And they had Peter Jock on their team back then, but I watched them play live. So.
Does playing in the Big Ten ACC Challenge mean anything to you guys after getting left out of that last year?
It's just a fun experience. That's all I look at it as. Last year not being in it, I didn't really know what it felt like to not be in it because I wasn't in it before, wasn't here before. So it's fun to play in it though. It's good for college basketball and it's good for the fans who enjoy watching it. So it's good for us players too.
What do you take from the St. Louis game?
Just that we can, show the necessary toughness and attention to detail necessary to win tough games, close games, and any type of environment. We weren't home. St. Louis wasn't home either. The gym wasn't that loud. We had to kind of bring our own energy. And St. Louis was a really good team. They were really tough. They played, to the last second, went off the clock, and it was a really good job by us to just toughen that out and get that win.